creation of the Mi'kmaq world, the story of Glooscap. Once upon a time, in the vast expanse of the sky, there lived a god named Alnoba. Alnoba was lonely and needed a companion, so he crafted a figure from the earth and named him Glooscap. Glooscap was Alnoba's son and one of the most important gods in Mi'kmaq mythology. Glooscap was a powerful and wise god. He possessed the ability to create the world and its inhabitants. He shaped the land, forming mountains, valleys, and rivers. He brought forth plants and animals, and finally, he created humans. Glooscap taught the people how to hunt fish and make fire. He instructed them on living in harmony with nature and respecting one another. Glooscap was also a trickster. He used his wit and cunning to outsmart evil spirits and monsters. One time, he devised a plan to defeat the sea monster Glooscap. Glooscap was causing harm to the Mi'kmaq people, and Glooscap had to stop him. Glooscap fashioned a giant hook and attached it to a fish's bait. When Glooscap swallowed the bait, Glooscap reeled him ashore and defeated him. Glooscap was a hero to the Mi'kmaq people. He protected them from evil and taught them how to live. The Mi'kmaq people honored and revered him. Seeds of Peace, the story of Hiawatha. Once upon a time, in the vast woodlands of North America, wars and conflicts raged among the tribes known as the Five Nations. These tribes were the Mohawk, Onondaga, Oneida, Cayuga, and Seneca. The battles were long and bloody, and the people desperately prayed for peace. During these times of despair, a wise and courageous man named Hiawatha emerged. Hiawatha was known as the god of peace and unity, and he was determined to find a way to bring the tribes together and form a confederacy where they could live in peace forever. Hiawatha visited the leaders of each tribe, speaking to them about the importance of peace and unity. He argued that the tribes could not continue to live in constant warfare and that they needed to work together. Hiawatha's words were filled with wisdom and reason, and the tribal leaders listened to his message. After long and arduous negotiations, the Five Nations finally decided to come together and sign a peace treaty. This treaty marked the formation of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, creating the first indigenous democracy in North America. Hiawatha was chosen as the first Grand Peace Chief of the Confederacy. He dedicated his life to preserving peace and unity. Thanks to his wisdom and leadership, the Five Nations lived in peace and prosperity for generations. The spirit of nature, the story of Manitou. Once upon a time, in the vast woodlands of North America, the people known as the diverse tribes believed in Manitou, the spirit of nature. Manitou was perceived as an omnipresent and omnipotent force. It was depicted as a spirit that lived in the mountains, rivers, forests, and animals. Manitou was often portrayed in the form of an animal or a human. It was a powerful entity that could be used for both good and evil. The diverse tribes believed that Manitou could use its power to help and protect them, but it could also become angry and cause destruction. To show respect for Manitou and appease it, the diverse tribes performed various ceremonies and rituals. They offered tobacco, sang songs, and danced. They prayed to gain Manitou's favor and asked for protection and guidance. Once upon a time, there was a young hunter named Chaitin in one of the diverse tribes. Chaitin was respectful of Manitou and strived to live in harmony with nature. One day, Chaitin went into the forest. After hunting for a long time, he was ready to return home when he got lost. Chaitin was scared and didn't know what to do. As the sun began to set, Chaitin saw a light. As he walked towards the light, he came across an old man by the shore of the lake. The man looked wise and kind. Chaitin told the man that he was lost and couldn't find his way home. The old man told Chaitin to pray to Manitou and ask for guidance. Chaitin sat down by the edge of the lake and prayed to Manitou. While praying, he saw an eagle flying in the sky. The eagle circled Chaitin and then flew towards the forest. Chaitin believed that the eagle was sending him a message from Manitou. He followed the eagle and found a trail leading home deep in the forest. Chaitin was grateful to Manitou and thanked him for his guidance. From that day on, Chaitin's faith in Manitou grew even stronger. He continued to live in harmony with nature and show respect for Manitou. Nanabush, the trickster who created the world. Once upon a time, in the vast emptiness, Skyfather and Earthmother ruled. Skyfather governed the heavens, while Earthmother held dominion over the land. Together, they decided to create a world. Skyfather took a handful of soil from Earthmother and tossed it into the air. The soil spun and began to take shape, forming the world that would become the home of the Anishinaabe people. Earthmother brought forth plants and animals, and Skyfather sent light and warmth from the stars. Finally, they created humans in their own image. These were the Anishinaabe people. The Anishinaabe people were respectful of Skyfather and Earthmother, living in harmony with nature. However, among them was a cunning trickster named Nanabush. Nanabush was always seeking adventure and playing pranks on others. One day, he decided to travel the world. On his journey, Nanabush encountered many different people and creatures. Some were kind to him, while others were hostile. With his wit and trickery, Nanabush managed to escape from every situation. Nanabush also learned many lessons during his travels. He learned about the beauty and fragility of nature. He learned how humans can coexist and live peacefully. When he returned to the Anishinaabe people, Nanabush had become a wise man. He shared the lessons and stories he had gathered from his travels. Nanabush taught the Anishinaabe people to respect each other, live in harmony with nature, and always strive for wisdom. Spider-Woman and the Art of Weaving. Once upon a time, among the Native American tribes, there lived a wise and powerful goddess named Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman was the deity not only of spiders, but also of weaving and creativity. She was a goddess who could weave beautiful webs and create extraordinary works. One day, Spider-Woman decided to visit the people. At that time, the people dressed in animal skins and lived in caves. Spider-Woman wanted to teach them weaving and other skills so that they could live more comfortably and beautifully. Spider-Woman taught the people to gather fibers from trees and turn them into yarn. Then she taught them to weave baskets, blankets, and clothing using these yarns. Spider-Woman also taught them arts like painting and beadwork. Thanks to the skills they learned from Spider-Woman, people began to live more comfortably and beautifully. They could now wear warm clothes and decorate their homes. With what Spider-Woman taught them, people became more creative and productive. One day, Spider-Woman felt it was time to say goodbye to the people. She knew that they could live on their own using the knowledge they had learned. Before parting ways, Spider-Woman gave the people one last gift, a loom and a shuttle. With this loom and shuttle, people would be able to create beautiful fabrics and works forever. After Spider-Woman left, the people never forgot her teaching. Weaving and other arts were passed down from generation to generation. Native American tribes became known for the beautiful works they created thanks to Spider-Woman.